I am Hany Farid. I am a professor here at the University of California, Berkeley in electrical engineering and computer sciences and the School of Information. I specialize in digital forensics and digital disinformation, and these days, of course, in AI generated content and deep fakes. I've been a longtime fan of Truepic, and now I'm an advisor to Truepic as they start to try to tackle this very difficult problem of truth and authenticity in visual media. Well, I think there's some easy answers to this question. So first of all, the courts of law, where evidence is being introduced in civil, criminal, national security cases, absolutely they're going to care. I think companies, institutions that bring in digital content to make critical decision making are going to care. I think journalists are going to care. I think our regulators are going to care. And I think, in fact, the public is going to care. I think the public is going to grow weary of being lied to and deceived and tricked over and over and over again. And I think we are very quickly getting to this point where people are frustrated, they're exhausted, and trust and truth is going to become the new economy, if you will, in the coming years. A lot of things keep me up at night these days. I worry about two things. I worry about the use of manipulated media in the form of non-consensual sexual imagery that is primarily being weaponized against women. I worry about the use of disinformation and deep fakes in terms of small to large scale fraud. I worry about state-sponsored and individual-fueled disinformation campaigns around election. But here's the thing that really keeps me up at night, is that when we enter this world where anything you read, anything you see, anything you hear can be manipulated, well, then nothing has to be real. A video of police violence, a video of human rights violations, an audio of a candidate saying something inappropriate or illegal can be fake. Everybody has plausible deniability in the world of generative AI and deep fakes, because if things can be fake, well, then how do we trust what we see anymore? And so now it's a double-edged sword. You can create fake content to create harm, and you can deny reality, which is a very different harm. All of those things keep me up at night. I'm an optimist by nature, and I'm a technologist by training, and I want to believe in the power of technology. I have to say, the last 20 years have made that difficult because I think you can look at the technological landscape and feel like, God, there is a lot of bad things. Lots of great things have happened, but a lot of really nasty, awful, horrific things have happened on the backs of the technology that we all carry around in our pockets. I am hopeful that companies like Truepic, companies like Adobe, companies like Microsoft are starting to lead in a more thoughtful way about how technology is being developed, how it's being deployed, and how to put safeguards in before, not after. And I think that we do seem to be learning some lessons from the last 20 years. And I think with the right corporate leadership, with the right sort of carrot and stick at the regulatory side, with the right incentives and the right leadership on this space, I think we can get out of this. But I think there's a lot of work ahead of us. The thing you have to understand about today's internet, and certainly this will be true of tomorrow's internet, is that there are billions and billions of uploads every single day. We cannot forensically analyze our way out of that problem, by which I mean we can't wait for content to show up online and analyze it to figure out if it's real or fake and then make decisions. That technology is not here and it won't be here for a long time. The only solution to authentication at scale, at internet scale of billions of uploads, is to have provenance and authentication at the point of creation. So when somebody picks up their device and records something, that device is in the best position imaginable to authenticate. If you are on the other side of this and you are in a generator of synthetic content to generative AI, you are in the best position, your system, to watermark and fingerprint and authenticate and provenance mark that content. So at the point of synthesis and human recording is where this problem has to be solved. And then all the forensic analysis stuff that I do, that is my bread and butter as an academic, that fills in the gaps, right? Nothing is perfect. Understand that all of these technologies have to work together. We need a series of different technologies. We need regulatory pressure. We need corporate leadership. We need consumer education. And together, all of these things together start to bring back some trust in our information ecosystem. It's everybody's responsibility. And let's start from the top and work our way down. It is absolutely the government's responsibility. The government has a role here. It has to play a light hand. It can't get in the way of innovation. It can't tell people what to say and what not to say, but they can create the proper guardrails the way they do with the physical products, safety of products. Corporate leadership. We need better leadership at the C-suite level. We need the engineers, the people building these things, to speak loudly when they see potential harms of the technology. We need technology. We need provenance. We need authentication. We need the Truepics of the world. We need consumers, us, to get smarter and better and more informed about what's happening. Top down, from governments to corporations to NGOs to individuals, we all have to tackle this problem. This is a massive problem. Understand it is multidimensional. There is no, I wish there was a simple switch I can pull, but there's not. We all have to work together to solve a very, very large, but I would argue essential and potentially existential problem. Why, if you go out through history, from the 1800s, Stalin, for example, why did people manipulate visual imagery? Because if you change visual imagery, you change history. In fact, you change the present and the future for that matter. There is a phenomenal power in visual imagery. Think through all major events in our history, wars, natural disasters, terror attacks. There's always that one image, that one snapshot that sort of captures the essence of that in all its raw emotions. And there is real power in visual imagery. And if you can lie easily with visual imagery, you can change reality. And I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that if we can't trust the images and the videos and the audios that we see on a daily basis, we can't have a society. We can't have a democracy. We can't have an economy. It's essential to our functioning as a society to be able to trust the things that we consume every minute of every day.